Yawandu Diagne has finally arrived in European professional football. 5 years ago, the 18-year-old from Senegal got a scholarship to the Aspire Academy in Doha. Wealthy sheiks from Qatar financed his training, and now he's trying to prove his worth at second division Belgian side Eupen.
Now it's time for competition, and you come here in Europe. Here you are playing for 3 points every week. You need to play for 3 points, and it's different. And you need to compete to get your place inside the team.
This is one of the most unusual projects in professional European football. You don't get much more provincial than Eupen, a town of only 20,000 inhabitants. But the football club is owned by the Aspire Academy in the Qatari capital. Diagne and 14 other athletes from West Africa received their training there. And they're now trying to show in Eupen that they're up to European standards. To get the lowdown on the project, we met with Professor Jürgen Mittag from the German Sports Academy in Cologne. He's skeptical about this development.
On the one hand, sports are something apolitical. It's something that just makes people happy. On the other hand, Qatar has an interest in developing itself as a sporting nation, in branding itself, if you will. It's no secret that they're primarily interested in the development of their own country.
Mittag worries that the athletes could be the ones to lose out.
You have to watch out, and this should be one of the Aspire Foundation's tasks, that they don't leave behind too many broken dreams. Otherwise, the whole thing could end in disaster.
Funding youth development is one way of polishing Qatar's image. But the country is also interested in building up its own national team ahead of hosting the 2022 World Cup. Qatar needs to recruit foreign-born players, including perhaps Diagne.
And sure, yeah, I'm getting money here. I don't gonna go help. I gonna go to help my family and my friends and my parents that are in Senegal because in Africa it's not easy. You need to share your money with the people, and people will be happy for you.
After some initial stumbles, Eupen's young squad has established itself in the Belgian second division. No one's talking about getting promoted to the top flight just yet. The World Cup is a few years down the road, and the emphasis is still on youth development. The man in charge is Christoph Henkel, formerly the director of the Football Academy of German Team Cologne.
Okay. I think
Qatar has taken on a huge responsibility in trying to develop these players. These young people have been given a big opportunity. Now in Eupen they're adults, and we are ushering them into another phase of their lives. So of course we have a huge responsibility. But it's relatively easy because the players who come to Eupen have lots of experience. They've been well trained and know what they're in for.
Eupen's squad was almost completely remade at the start of the season. The average age is under 20, making it probably the youngest team in Europe. And more change is coming.
Some players will be leaving us, while new ones will arrive. It won't be on the scale it was this summer, but change will come gradually. What's important for us is that all the players achieve their optimal level of performance and continue their careers.
Journalist Thomas Evers has been following the project from the beginning.
Qatar has been in the international sports news a lot in recent years. People here thought it would be like with Paris Saint-Germain, that they were going to bring in a bunch of stars and in 3 years the team would be playing in the Champions League. So a lot of fans were disappointed when they saw that the players that came were just 15, 18-year-olds from Africa who'd never played a professional match, let alone won a title.
So why Eupen? The town is centrally located and the Belgian second division still has lots of room to grow. And since people in half of Belgium speak French, it's relatively easy for the African players to get used to their life there. Conversely, the Qatari takeover of the team has changed the makeup of the club and the town.
I know some fans long for the good old days when the players would join them in the bar, drink beer till the wee hours, and analyze the game. That doesn't happen anymore.
Diagne dreams of a glamorous career as a top professional footballer, but he's still got a long way to go. The decor in his apartment is Spartan, no frills, and he shares it with some of his teammates. He keeps in contact with his friends back in Senegal via the internet. He still considers himself Senegalese, but he's developing loyalty to Qatar as well.
Only thing I can play them, I go to a big club and I represent Aspire and I represent Qatar because they do a lot. You know, Africa, they have great players and they never have opportunity like how Aspire come do it, and we thank them for everything they do, and you will never forget Aspire and you will never forget Qatar for me.
Okay. Thank you.
If he had one wish, Diagne would like to play for the Senegalese national team. But if a call came from Qatar, he'd hardly say no.